Hey guys, it's Joshy here again, bringing you my next Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. With this team, I thought I'd bring you something different. I'd bring a very similar, if not the same team in my last few battles, bar the little marathon. So I wanted to mix it up. I do actually have a fair few Pokemon trained up for battle. Some, just different sets, so they don't work so well. But nonetheless, they're divided into PU, NU, RU, and etc. boxes. I'm still growing them up, and actually the PU boxes is probably the largest, followed by RU, but that can't be helped. Anyway, this team, all bar Ambipom are shiny. They're SOS chained, except for my Mardiano, who I actually bred in X for my playthrough of Alpha Sapphire for the first time. As you can see, he's got almost a fire-based team with the exclusion of Lucario there. So I wasn't too afraid because the tactic I wanted to try, I thought I'd be able to cut his team down a bit with, which you'll see did happen. So yeah, I was very happy with this battle. So I led off with my Klefki here, which is a very original prankster light clay reflect light screen set. I do actually carry spikes, but unfortunately I didn't get to lay him down, as you'll see in a second. And on top of that, I carry foul play. So anyway, he leads off with his Infernape, and as it's expected, a fake out first, which I got. So it didn't worry me, it didn't take off much, it's not very effective, so I flinch and I get my Reflect up the next turn. I actually got busy during this stage of the battle and had to look away, and unfortunately didn't see what move he pulled out the first turn. And I wasn't 100% sure if it was a special move or a physical move. Here I debated for a second whether to lay up the spikes or go for a light screen. I was worried that putting out the light screen instead of the spikes wasn't going to be a smart move, but nonetheless, at least my special defenses are covered for a bit. So my Klefki goes down, but does his main job. And I have my two lots of barriers up. Now with my Gigalith, I actually run an Assault Vest Sandstream, max HP, max special defense, I think. If not fully max in both those areas, there might be a bit of investment in attack. Either way, he goes for a Mach Punch, which I expected because I assumed he was Iron Fist once he carried the Fire Punch instead of anything else, and an Earthquake will easily take him down. So we're 1 for 1 here, and I was pretty confident that Gigalith could pretty much take any hit thrown at him at this stage, especially with Reflect and or Light Screen up, sorry. Anyway, he goes for the Protect here, which I'm assuming is just a natural thing that a lot of people do. You have the speed boost, ability, Blaziken, so you use Protect, so you get the speed up, so you don't need to put any speed investment in. I thought this was a bit stupid because he's obviously going to outspeed me, but then once he switched, I realized he may have been scoping out my move and checking, and I believe he might have thought I was Choice Banded here. So unfortunately for him, I am not Choice Banded, so when he swaps in for Typhlosion with the Air Balloon, I do miss the Earthquake, which I was going for again, but when he goes for the Power Up Punch expecting a switch, I actually am able to pull out the Stone Edge here, and I was crossing my fingers and toes and I didn't miss, and that takes the Typhlosion out. So that puts me 2 for 1 at this stage, and I was pretty happy with that. Here he brings back out the Blaziken, and I was thinking about swapping into possibly Ambipom here if he was protecting, but I didn't want to risk it, and also after 1 or 2 speed boost turns he will outspeed my Ambipom. So I ended up staying in and just going for the Earthquake. The Sandstorm subsided, so my special defenses have gone down by 50% of the base stat, and he goes for the High Jump Kick, which is lucky because I wasn't too fast which one he went for, but the Sandstorm would have taken it less if he had, let's say, like a Focus Blast. So I put out the Earthquake expecting it to kill, and he only just lives. I don't know if he has a little bit of defensiveness or HP investment instead of speed or what, but yeah, unfortunately. So he goes for the High Jump Kick again. I was hoping he'd miss and kill himself, but that takes out my Gigalith. So Gigalith did decent work, took 2, almost 3 out, and yeah, it's left hardly on anything. So here I was tossing up what to do, and I thought I'll bring in my Ambipom here, because as long as he doesn't fake out, as long as he doesn't protect, I can fake out him and he's gone. So he doesn't protect, but if he honestly did protect, I was expecting the High Jump Kick the next turn, so I carry Protect, as you'll see a little later, and I could have taken him out that way anyway. So here I did not want to lose my Ambipom to the Lucario, and I was a bit worried about what was going to happen here, because originally I didn't think about it being Mega Lucario, but I was quite worried what was going to happen. So I protected just in case, and he did Mega Evolve, and there was no way I wanted to lose my Ambipom yet in battle. So here I decided who's best to sack off and bring in, and I thought, oh, I don't mind losing Serena after looking at this team with a fire matchup. She really doesn't carry any, well, she does carry high jump kick and that, which is good because she's banded, but I'm happy to lose her at this stage. I surprisingly live after a close combat, but he pulls out the bullet punch, so I don't even get a chance to pull off an attack. I believe I went for drop kick in case he swapped just to lower the attack of whatever came in, but it didn't matter. So here I pull out my Ambipom again because I thought if he stays in, a fake out's going to do a fair bit of damage, especially even though it's not very effective. His defense has been lowered by one stage. But he brings in the Incineroar, which I'm happy to get a large chunk off with a fake out. I do the set I run, if you haven't seen before, I fake out, fling, protect, and last resort. I didn't want to waste my fling yet. I wanted to save my Razor Fang for a little later. So I bring in my Mightyena here, and unfortunately don't get a chance to really get much off, but I get one play rough off. I do believe my Mightyena is choice banded as well, but I possibly had the wrong item on him in this match. Anyway, Mightyena goes down only after doing a little bit of a chunk. I do like actually using the Mightyena set because sometimes if I know someone's using Toxic or Thunder Wave, I bring him in because he's got quick feet and then his speed gets doubled. Nonetheless, I bring out my Tentacruel here and Scold the Incineroar, knowing I'll take him down. So with Incineroar down, I'm pretty confident depending on who he brings out next, and he only has the two left, so I didn't know what he carried and I was worried more of the Earthquake, but he pulls out his Zen Headbutt and I just live it, thank goodness, and I go for the Scold here, and I was like, oh please 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 give me the burn, that'll make everything easier, and unfortunately I don't get the burn off. The only option I had here was to switch, and other than take the hit, and I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to sack off my Ambipom. So unfortunately he gets 2 Zen Headbutt hits, not that it has that high a chance of missing. So I'm down to my Ambipom against a Mega Lucario and a Volcarona here, and I thought this is why I saved the fling. So first I go for the fake out, I know I take a nice chunk off, and he's flinched. I did double check the stats and I knew I'd outspeed him here, but I still wanted to go for a protect just in case he did swap. I didn't want to throw off the fling on a swap. I'd rather throw off the fling when someone could attack, just in case I don't kill him. So I can see he's staying in here because he's determined to take me out with a fighting move. Fling takes him down just that little more. I haven't run the calculations and I usually don't. I was pretty confident here, but I wasn't sure if the fling made much of a difference. But nonetheless, I pull off the last resort and Mega Lucario goes down to my Ambipom. So here I thought at this stage of battle I was extremely happy with the battle, and even if I lost I'm going to upload this battle. But luckily I outspeed, and I know Volcarona's defense is his lowest stat, and I absolutely obliterate that Volcarona with a last resort. So yeah, that was a nice win there. So overall it was a great battle, I really enjoyed it and I hope you did as well. I hope to bring the Gigalith and Klefki together again in another battle, that'd be great. I had one earlier with the light screen, had just made Gigalith so easy to take special attacks, and unfortunately the battle cut out on my end somehow and I couldn't finish or save it. Ambipom and Gigalith, big stars of this battle. So if you enjoyed the battle as much as I did, leave a thumbs up or comment or suggestion, whatever you want, and enjoy the next battle. I'll see you next time.